It's the Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coach's Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's on 1019 100.5, 1450 WGNSSports.com and Big G TV.
And this portion of the Coach's Show is brought to you by Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin, who will work with you to develop a complete, tailored strategy to help you achieve your financial goals. That's Edward Jones Financial Advisor Lee Colvin. And my guest this morning is head coach of the Vergne Lady Wolverines, and that's Shanice Cason. And Shanice, first of all, I hope you had a good Christmas. What little probably you had that you weren't playing basketball?
Yes, we did a lot of practicing over the break. And excuse my voice this morning, I'm a little hoarse from our game last night. But had a good break. My daughter had a good break, and so did our girls. So it was really good to come back and now be back in school and get started.
You know, you're talking about having a daughter, and I'm like going, I always still remember you playing for Siegel, and I can't age you. You know, you just stay the same.
Thank you.
Want to talk about last night's game? What, Stewart's Creek last night?
Yes, sir.
Well,
yeah.
that was a quite a ball game, a real close one, 47-43. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, sir. Both teams came out with high intensity, a lot of energy on both sides of the floor. It was a close game all the way through, back and forth between both of us, and it just came down to free throws and taking care of the ball at the end of the day, and they did a little bit better job than we did on that end.
You know, it's been a little bit of a roller coaster for you guys. I know you've had some wins pre-Christmas and that kind of thing. What I have noticed, though, is your defense is pretty solid in all those games, whether you win or lose. It's been pretty solid this year.
Yes, sir. That's something that we're trying to let become our identity as well. We understand that we need our defense to help create turnovers and help create points for us. So we're changing things, and we're learning each other and learning to trust each other better on the defensive end so that we can get those more offensive possessions, and have better chances to score.
I know coming up in the ball game like last night, yeah, you've kind of picked up the pace offensively as well. And that's a never-ending battle, isn't it? I mean, trying to run your offense. You know, other teams press. You've got to make adjustments, in-game adjustments, when to substitute. Some of that, is that on feeling? Some of that of like who to bring in and who to replace, or how do you go about that with offense and getting that flow?
Yes, sir. So, believe it or not, mine is not based off of offensive ability at the moment. I'm going on, if you messed up on defense, because we're needing our defense, I'm basing it off our defense. So if you're not doing what we need defensively, I can get a girl in and go do what I asked offensively, but if you can't do what I need defensively, then you really can't play for me. I'm a defensive kid. You know, like you said, you knew me growing up.
Yeah.
I took a lot of charges in my life.
Yep. Yep.
I love defense, and I pride myself off of that.
You have high expectations for defense, because that's one thing that you don't necessarily have to have a tremendous amount of skill, but knowing how to play it and being at the right place at the right time, those are the important things with defense, I would think.
Correct. Yes, sir. And so they're doing a better job. Like I said, we're all still learning each other, and unfortunately we're in the second half of the season. There's 3 parts to a season, and so we're in the second part of the season, and I think we finally have gotten it figured out, you know, what each other's strengths are, and we've made some adjustments on who's playing where defensively. But I know what I need in a defensive stop. I know who I need in the game. Offensively as well, I know who I need in the game when we need a bucket. We just had a hard time finishing last night. So going into practice next week is our focus on finishing and making free throws.
Shanice, I know when you're playing a game and you lose a close one like that, you have to kind of find the positives in it. What were the positives that you saw last night with your girls? Yes,
sir. So they've been battling self-confidence a lot lately.
Mm-hmm.
And so I really think that their confidence is starting to roll around, and they're starting to trust each other a lot more. And they're starting to hear me more and what we're wanting or needing in the moment. So I think that's the positive side to it. The games that we are losing, we're losing by 9, 10, and last night 4 points. So we're trending in the right direction. We just got to now put a complete game together and not certain quarters.
If you can keep a team under 50 points, and I know your goal probably is less than that,
Yes.
but that's been a very consistent. You beat Antioch on the 15th, 35 to 25. And those kind of performances, you're going to stay in games, aren't you? If that defense is and like you said, you emphasized that. I think when you have teams that sometimes have difficulty scoring, boy, the defense can pay off so many ways.
It can. Our goal is to really keep somebody. If we can keep them under 45 points, we believe we can win that game.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've done the math, we've done the film study. If we can keep it under 45, we should be able to pull out a game. And like you said, they had 47 last night. So it's tough for us to win that type of game if we can't keep them under what we typically are trying to keep people under.
It takes a lot of effort, but defensively, but also rebounding, getting on the boards, and protecting the basketball. All those kind of things And I guess, too, Shanice, it's more like teaching them how to win games. Is that an obstacle sometimes, with a team that has struggled over the years, getting them back to believe, hey, you can finish this game, you can win this game, you can take this game? It's
funny you say that. I literally had a conversation with a college coach, and we were just saying, she was like, well, do they know how to win? Mm-hmm. And I was like, you know what? I don't think that they know how to win tough games.
Right.
I think that they're used to winning games that they should win, but games that we're close to winning, they're not sure how to pull them out yet. And so I think now it's just teaching them how to feel what it is to win and know what it looks like to win those type of games. And once we can get over that hurdle of one of them, I'm sure that we can continue that and keep going on all of them.
Shanice Cason is our guest. A couple more questions. We have MTSU today. We've got to get off the air a little quicker, so we're going to cut you short just a little bit.
No problem.
We're shutting everybody. But it's MTSU, so you should know. That's important.
Yes.
You're next up, you've got Franklin. And then Smyrna. So Franklin is Monday. Smyrna will be, I guess, Friday, I would suppose.
Yes, sir.
These Friday matchups are going to be big, district-wise. And Smyrna is a team that you all have had some battles over the years, very close battles. So that's one looking up. And I think Franklin is a good team to battle before you get to Smyrna.
Correct. I think it's going to prepare us mentally and physically for that game on Friday. I look at our non-conferences as stepping stones to be able to help us get through our district play, because our district play is hard. And so it'll prep us for Friday, and we're gonna try to figure out what we need to do for our Friday game and try some new things in that game, but still compete as well and try to pull out a win.
No problem getting them fired up for the Friday game, though, is there? Laverne and Smyrna.
All.
Yeah.
They understand what's at stake with that. That's their rival, and they're already ready for it.
Shanice, always a pleasure to talk to you. We'll have more time next time we talk. So, good luck.
No problem at all. I appreciate it.
Good luck this week. That's Shanice Cason, the head coach of the Laverne Wolverines. This portion of the show brought to you by Las Casas Feed Supply, locally owned and operated by Coy and Jennifer Young, specializing in animal feeds, premium pet foods, farm supplies, and more.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Also.